This Patreon question comes from Niall, who wanted me to comment on the recent trend of translating classic hand-drawn properties into computer animated movies. I was watching the trailer for the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, and I found the animation jarring. The quality wasn't bad, but it was strange seeing an animated property known for traditional animation in CGI animation instead. I had the same feeling watching the trailer for Scoob as well. My question is, do you feel that it's disrespectful to the original animated shows if they're animated in CGI instead of hand-drawn? That's an interesting question. Since computer animation has become the dominant style of animated features in the United States, we're seeing more of these films like Sponge on the Run and Scoob. Although this is not unique to America either, as we've gotten a few CG Asterix movies from France, and Pokémon the first movie was recently remade as a computer animated film in Japan. My view on the matter is that I haven't personally been too bothered, although I recognize everyone will feel differently about this. Niall's opinion is absolutely valid. With regards to Sponge on the Run, I like how it emulates a stop-motion appearance. The style they're going for reminds me a lot of those Christmas and Halloween SpongeBob specials made by Screen Novelties. Scoob definitely appears to have more of a sheen to it than your average Hanna-Barbera cartoon, but they still respected the iconic character designs when transferring the Mystery Gang to computer animation. The plan is for this movie to be the start of a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, so we'll see more of their creations being turned into CG characters. When it comes to previous films that have adapted hand-drawn IP to computer animation, the gold standard probably remains the Peanuts movie. The artists at Blue Sky did a phenomenal job of translating Charles Schulz's comic strip icons to CG. There are some three-dimensional touches here and there, but the Peanuts movie nonetheless remained incredibly faithful to not only Schulz's work, but also Bill Melendez's television specials starring Charlie Brown and Snoopy. The recent Addams Family movie also used the exact same designs as the original comic panels, which I appreciated. Many years ago, Warner Brothers released a series of CG Looney Tunes cartoons that captured the look and manic energy of the classics. Real FX, the studio that animated those shorts, were later hired to animate Scoob, so I guess WB was impressed with what they pulled off with Wile E. Coyote, Sylvester, and Daffy Duck. One famous project that remains on hold for now is Sony Animation's Popeye movie. The animation test, directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, showed a lot of love for the Fleischer cartoons. We haven't heard any updates since they announced a new writer had been hired to work on the movie a few years ago, and maybe Sony has moved on at this point. I actually think, with Into the Spider-Verse, Hotel Transylvania, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Sony has done an impressive job of borrowing rules usually reserved for hand-drawn animation and applying them to computer animation. Their next film, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, is reportedly doing the same. Now, I've not been impressed with every hand-drawn property that has been turned into computer animated film. The Lion King, for example. It looked pretty, certainly, and it was interesting seeing the advancement of computer animation. But all it did was take the original movie and do it all over again with photorealistic animation. I do have to wonder how the animators and storyboard artists who worked on the original Lion King felt seeing their work being redone in this photoreal style. Because it was not just the story that was remade. There are shots which are copied directly from the 1994 movie. Jon Favreau and the animators and tech wizards obviously put an enormous amount of effort into that film. Why not use that technology to create something original? Oh, right, because it made over $1.6 billion worldwide. Silly question, I know. At the very least, Scoob and Sponge on the Run will potentially attempt to explore new avenues with those characters. Personally, I would love to see DreamWorks Animation make an animated movie with Casper the Friendly Ghost. Now let me know what you think of this current trend, and thank you for your question, Niall.